She say no, on to the next. So it's the same thing. I actually want to hear more no's because eventually I'm going to get to that. You feel me? And all we're doing is connecting those dots. And I promise you, y'all can make 10K doing this without spending any money. Because I never told you you're buying the land. You're negotiating the deal. You're finding the deal. If you could find a deal, we could be best friends. Real talk. If you could find a deal, we could be best friends. Because Eli loved deal. And if you got deal, we could be friends. All right? So find a deal. How do you find a deal? Right?
Time and chance is not talking about luck. Time and chance is the intersection between preparation and opportunity. So who is the person that wins the race? The one that's most prepared when the race starts. Who is the person that wins the battle? The one that's most prepared when the battle starts. Who is the one that has favor and bread and riches? The one who's most prepared. And if you dig a hole while you're preparing yourself, here's what's going to happen. It's going to take time. Preparing yourself is going to take time. And some people, because of the risk associated with the time that it takes to prepare, because that time that I'm preparing, I'm not doing other things that I'd really rather do.
If you're a brand new person and you don't have a huge budget, if you're going to go into tax deed, I will do vacant lots because they're a little bit easier to move if you're in the right area. So depending on your budget, and before you buy a tax deed, so do your due diligence, looking for utilities. You can call the county for it, or you could reach out to utility companies that run the area. See if it has road frontage, if it has a paved road. That's very important. Always make sure there's houses nearby, because then that means electricity. Because electricity can get very expensive. And then maybe even ask the county if there's a sewer to see if you would need to add a septic. It's not even good for you, but even if you buy it at a very discounted price, it can still be worth it. But it's really good to have that information for the future if you're trying to sell it as well.
I want to just elaborate on what Eloy said. When you guys are looking at properties in these auctions or on the market or off the market, you have to think, well, who is my end buyer? What can this property be used for? If there is value in the property, if the property can be utilized, then there will be value there.
Making more money didn't relieve all my problems. It didn't make my problems any less. It just gave me a different set of problems. Right?
Yeah.
So whereas now I am able to, maybe pay my rent or mortgage on time. Yeah. Now I have to worry about being able to pay a staff on time, right? So the problems just get different. So studying money is the first thing, and then learning how to, people hate this word budget, but it's so healthy to have. So now I actually budget how much money I can spend on frivolous things, because I still like frivolous things, right? I'm gonna spend it all on a black business, or I could spend it all on a high label designer by society standards, right?
I tell people, if you are coachable and you are available and you do what I say, as a business, you can't lose. But when people don't win, they don't win either because they don't make themselves available for the resources that we've created for them, or they're not coachable and they want to do it their way. And the reason they want to do it their way is because 90% of good coaching is counterintuitive. If everything, you get a coach, like if I hire you, Dan, and you're my coach, and everything you tell me makes sense to me, I need to go find a new coach. Do you know why? Because if it made sense to me, I'd already be doing it, and I wouldn't need a coach in the first place.
Moving forward in life and maturing in business, understanding what it takes to be focused, understanding that you need a team. When I first started out in business, I felt like I didn't want no help. I wanted to have that S on my chest. Yeah. I want to be Superman. No, I could take care of it. Didn't realize that I was holding myself back from growth. And I realized having partnerships in business, it can be fruitful, a lot to learn.
Okay, so my greatest aha of 2022, I just shared this with my mastermind on Monday and Tuesday. My greatest aha of the year is this: to people who have jobs, middle class and poor people who have jobs, almost everything is expensive because they pay for it with money they've exchanged their time for. So they feel like they're paying for everything with their life because they are.
Wow.
Are you with me?
Yes.
But the creatives and entrepreneurs like us, everything costs the same amount. This bottle of water Costs me the same amount as my Rolls Royce. Costs me the same amount as it does to fly from here to the Dominican Republic on vacation on a private jet, which this bottle of water is probably $1.30, but the flight to the Dominican and back is $60,000. How can I say they cost the same amount? Because entrepreneurs and creatives, we pay for things out of our creativity. Notice I didn't say with our creativity, but out of our creativity. People have jobs pay for things with their time, because once you've spent that time, you don't get it back. But when I use my creativity to create something new, I have no less creativity than I had before I created the thing. Are you tracking?
Yeah.
People used to post their checks like, he just made 15,000. I'm DoorDash. It take me a whole year to make 15,000. He just did that in a month and just made 5,000 or 7,000 a week before that. Like, nah, that job is limiting you. So I need y'all to follow this blueprint right here. Y'all using that job, right? Because that job is giving you stability. It's giving you some money, right? So now you're going to use that money. You're going to invest in this skill, right? Learn it, perfect it, love it. This is your baby now. Some of y'all got kids. This land flipping, you in here right now, this is your baby now. You pour into it every day.
So you're not marketing enough, and because you're not marketing enough, you're not getting enough leads. And since you're not getting enough leads, you're not getting to make offers. And that's really how you actually get a deal in a contract. You have to make a lot of offers, guys. You have to make like 100 a week. Let's make that a standard. You know, make it a standard to make as many offers every single day as possible. And that's really how you're gonna get a deal.
What do you see as the biggest mistake that you see over and over again? You've worked with a lot of people. So what is the repeatable pattern?
Of mistake that they make?
Of mistake.
Yeah, they think that the thing that's going to get people to buy is talking about either the product, whatever the product is, my weight loss, and you could call the weight loss product, let's just call the weight loss product the fat burning furnace system. So they talk about the product. That's a problem. Or they talk about the pieces of the product. It's got 8 videos and 9 audios and 10 PDFs. They talk about the pieces. Or they talk about the process. That's like the kiss of death. Because the process to fulfill on anything is actually harder after you start doing it than it is before you start doing it, than your perception is about it before you start doing it. So never show the process. They also think the product is, or they think that the value of their offer is their person. So you get to spend 8 hours a month with me. That's not valuable. Here's what's valuable. One thing. If people will focus on selling this one thing and revealing this one thing and declaring clearly this one thing, it'll change everything for them in sales, and that is the payoff. What is the payoff I get if I say yes to your offer? When I understand that well enough to define it clearly and to describe it clearly, people can't not buy. They have to buy.
Wow, that's awesome.
If you really want to be straight simple, here is the game plan. Market, get leads, make offers, get contract, sell contract. That's literally the streamline, right? Without all the other nuances that comes into play, right? If you want to be just straightforward, that's literally it.
Give people what they want and teach them what they need is number one.
Give people what they want
and teach them what they need.
Okay, what's the difference?
Give them what because most people don't think they need a particular thing. They're coming in, people think, oh, just teach me how to make money. No, let me teach you how to think differently so you can make money. It's not just the play, give me more strategy, give me more strategy. I've had this coach, I've had that coach, it never worked. And when I hear that, and I've heard that several times, when I hear that, I say it's probably not the coach that's been coaching you. It's probably the person receiving the information. So let's change how you receive that information so we can get you to the $1 million business that you want. And there's always something there.
Because I want to tell so much to y'all tonight, right? Because I'm not just laying flipping, right? I love inspiring people. But our only limitations is the one we put in our mind, right? So if you if you can't see yourself, if you can't feel that energy of making 6 figures, you will not make 6 figures. The mirror doesn't change unless you change. You have to change first. You have to show the creator that you're willing and you're diligent and you're committed and your work ethic is on point. That's what the creator wants from us, all right?
not marketing enough. You're not marketing enough. So it's either you're doing nothing, right? Or when you're doing something, you're not doing enough to get the desired result that you want, right? In real estate, leads are the essence of your business. If you don't have any leads, you don't have a way to make offers. If you don't have a way to make offers, you don't have the opportunity to get a deal. And if you don't have a deal, you're not making money.
People ask, well, how do I find the right coach, right? Find someone you connect with. Like, hey, that's who you know when you know. Like when you meet someone, you're like, you know what? I don't know who you are, but I'm going to invest they say hard-earned money. I don't like that term, but I hear it all the time. I'm going to invest my hard-earned money with you. Well, you're investing in yourself. You're not investing in me. I've invested in me. So you're investing in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, again, you become the client you want to attract.
Yeah, for sure. I love this.
We get so caught up in complexity and in making the wrong decisions. And, you brought up a minute ago about, I only caught the tail end of what you were saying, but, do you need a partner? No, you don't need a partner. You don't need any business partner. You don't need an accountability partner. You guys, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from this, but can I get controversial right now?
I love this. Do it.
This idea about accountability partners is absolutely a lie from the pits of hell. It's the devil attacking you. You don't need you. Brent and I are very successful. Our network is very successful. You know what we're doing all day? If you look at my text messages with Brent Daniels, you know what they are? They're pictures of books that we're reading. These are pictures of books that I send them and that he sends me. You think I call Brent Daniels and I say, Brent, did you make your phone calls today? No. There's no such thing as accountability partners. There's no such thing as business partners. You have to have enough respect for you and your family and your life that you're given you can have friends but accountability, how dare you have an accountability partner or any kind of a partner? You want to fail in business?
You got to spend a lot of time doing what you have to do in order to one day to be able to do what you want to do. Now,
I am a nationwide virtual wholesaler.
Love it.
That is, by nature, it defines everything I do. So if I'm at my random Thanksgiving dinner, okay, and third cousin comes over to me and says, RJ, what is it that you do again in real estate?
You a realtor?
I say I'm a nationwide virtual wholesaler.
Yeah.
And they say, what does that mean? I do marketing in all 50 states.
Yeah.
I never go to the houses. I do everything from my office. And my only exit strategy is I wholesale it.
Awesome.
Now they understand.
Yep.
Most people don't have something outlined on what their business, they cannot say it in one sentence.
Right.
Well, sometimes they do innovation and every now and then you got to build passive income. So you got to have the rentals, and Pace told me to buy a couple of sub-2s. So I did that, and it's like, it gets convoluted, and it's like, that's what almost killed our company in 2018 and 2019. I remember being right here in this building and literally having to leave this building before recording a podcast to go check on a flip right down the road here in Phoenix. I had one flip going on here in Phoenix.
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't live here.
I don't know. Yeah.
I should have just wholesaled it to you.
For sure.
You would have bought it. I would have made 20 grand.
Right.
Instead, I lost like 60.
Right.
That was dumb.